Beautiful, the camera is running. I really hope you guys can understand me. Did I say hello? Hello, pedal nerds. Well, guitar nerds, right? Because you don't do pedals.
No, but I use them.
He
Can you make it in German?
No, I can't make all these people understand German. How's that gonna work?
Which people?
Those people, see the camera there?
Ah, hi guys.
Joerg's from a different generation.
Yeah, it's true.
Joerg Tandler. Do I need to say more? Video done. Thank you. I have been told by friends of mine, I had to actually, just believe them because I know their shit, that this is the man. This is the man that everyone else looks up to. This is the guitar guy. What do I know? I mean, I've never had the pleasure of actually playing one of his guitars, and actually now just holding one feels like, hello. But I can't take it home. Too bad. So, how long have you been doing this? Building guitars?
How come I built guitars?
No, how long?
How long? For about 30 years.
30 years. So, experience speaks for something. That was pretty much my question. That's the whole interview. Awesome, huh?
That was short.
I've heard some stories. I've heard some stories about some bands being big endorsers of some big brands, but then they actually go in the studio and they play a Tandler.
It happened from time to time in the past, yeah.
A mutual friend of ours told me that behind the scenes, that's where your guitars get used, while they take the big deals from other companies because there's money involved, which obviously a small builder can't offer.
I mean, there was one or the other big rock star lending a guitar for studio work. Mm-hmm. It's actually true, and a couple of other big rock stars actually paid some money and bought guitars.
Now that's just stupid. That's weird. Who would buy a guitar? Come on.
Who would buy a guitar if you can lend it?
I've heard a story that Reinhold Bogner wanted a guitar from you.
Oh, he actually has one.
Okay.
He has one of my P90 Beauty guitars.
Okay. Those are called the Beauty?
Yeah, my Les Paul model.
Single cut.
Single cut model, whatever.
All the Gibson lawyers can sit down again. It's fine, we said single cut, shut your trap. But I heard that he ordered it and you gave him something different?
Oh, it's kind of exchange. We exchange in trades. When Reinhold likes to have a guitar, I actually want to have an amp.
Yeah, that's a good trade.
I actually got one of his, or the prototype of his Uberschall amps.
Nice.
Hand signed. The first one he built himself.
So you play metal?
Oh, it's not a metal amp.
Uberschall?
You'd be surprised.
But
it sounds like a Dumble to me.
Really?
It really is Fender-esque. It's unique.
Fender-esque? Really? Because I only see the Uberschall being used by, the heavier guys. Not heavier like me, like, heavier.
As far as I know, he actually just did two amps this way. I got the one which has 65, 50 tubes in it, I think. And the other one has Uli Teufel with EL34s, which is a bit more Marshall-esque, if you want.
So those are prototypes in their voice.
And then he changed the whole circuit.
Oh, okay.
For the production model. Mm-hmm. They got much more gain and everything. And
so you got something very, very special.
This is very special. Hand signed, made by himself on his chaotic workbench.
He probably tells similar stories about the guitar that you built for him.
Yeah.
I would assume. If I ever get him in front of my camera,
Did you see it?
No, I haven't seen it. I heard that it's a weird color.
Oh yeah, it is.
What is it?
It's kind of like his trousers.
So it's really weird.
Yeah.
Hi Reinhold. Just in case you watch this for some reason, I'm gonna tag you in this post on the Facebook. Since I bitched about Kemper, he's friends with me, so that's.
Oh yeah. Of course.
That's a good reason to bitch about Kemper, really, to be friends with Reinhold Bogner. This is absolutely a beauty. I have to say this. I mean, it is as classic and as standard as a single cut can be. What would you have to fork over for this? How much would this run? Money.
I mean, this is actually a used one. It's 10 years old, but
It looks. It has a little bit of scratch marks here, but other than that,
a couple of dings and dongs.
people take good care of your guitars. Is that
Well,
possible?
this one has been played by Ich and Ich, for example.
Oh, okay.
It has seen some stages.
But then they're
But,
they're very careful with it. I mean, I would have never thought this is 10 years old and has seen a stage.
It hasn't been played that much because the guy who owns it, and he lent it to me for the day. Has lots more of my guitars.
Really?
He can't play all together at once.
Well, that's true. Now I'm thinking, what do I have to do to get lots more of Tandler guitars? What kind of person would I have to be? What job would I have to have? Who do I have to sell into slavery?
Well, they aren't that expensive.
Well, I've seen one on Guitar Shop that's 10,000 bucks.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like this one. If I make a guitar like this, it runs for 10 grand now.
Gotta clean my fingers. Wait a second. Okay, now
It's
we're
a
good.
guitar played.
So this
It wants to be played.
This would be about 10 grand.
That's a musical instrument. Played.
Well, that's the
this
whole
would
idea.
be 10 grand, yeah. No, nowadays.
The one that I've seen,
Put in some inventions in between. The new ones are kind of or made in a different manner now. Some weird stuff like hollowed out necks and shit.
hollowed out necks.
Yeah. You got a
Okay.
thing which I call ACS, which means Advanced Chambering System.
I've read that, and I just read over it because I thought that's something that luthiers use. And I have no idea. I don't know too much.
Yeah, it's
so-
just
so that's
in,
what it is.
in general, it's just a scooped out neck and carbon fiber reinforced, and it's a bit more work.
What's the benefit of that? Sustain?
Yeah, I would say you actually have an increase of sustain of about 20% at least.
Okay.
Yeah, you get kind of compressed tone from that. It's similar to hollowing out a guitar body in a good way. I mean, you can ruin a guitar with hollowing the body, but you can hollow out the body with small cavities, which are placed in certain places, which definitely increases tone sustain.
I had a discussion with someone at some point lately, so that's very precise, about sustain. I have this PRS at home. Sorry, Gavin. About a 4,000 euro guitar, and it's brilliant. It's a rock monster. It's a great single cut, 245 neck scale. But the sustain.
What's that in millimeters?
24,5 Zoll. Les Paul.
What is it? Gibson scale.
Gibson scale, yeah.
All right.
Versus the 25 that PRS usually has.
25 is 635. 635?
Yeah, right.
I don't know inches.
Yeah, me neither. I have no idea. I could make a penis joke now, but again, I don't know inches. What was I going to say? So we had to talk about sustain. It's a rock monster. That guitar is absolutely great. It plays well. It's killer with high gain pedals, but it really doesn't have that much sustain. So, and then we were talking. I don't know. Was I talking to you, Patrick, about sustain? No. And we were talking. Do you really need sustain? Because when do you ever hold a note for 5 minutes? So the question really is, during which gig do you have to have the note to ring out as long as an amazing guitar can make you do that? Is it really a quality of a guitar that will actually come to fruition at some point? Obviously, when I play a chord and it rings fully and evenly, you could say that is part of the sustain. But do you really need to say, okay, let's see how long this note can stay there? Because who does that?
There are even guitars out there where you don't want to have sustain.
Okay, so tell me about
To be precise, if for example on a flamenco guitar, you don't want sustain. You want sustain on a classical nylon string guitar, but not on a flamenco guitar.
Okay.
Because you don't, you kind of doing percussion things on this guitar. So it's percussive sounding. You don't want sustain on those. Or I have, for example, another example, which is quite good, I think. I have an old Favino guitar for restoration purposes in my workshop. These guitars don't have much sustain because it's similar like on a flamenco guitar. You want a percussive tone. Yeah?
But if sustain was a measure of how good
but on a Les Paul style or Les Paul replica or advanced newly made Les Paul style guitar, you actually do want to have sustain.
Obviously, but I mean, if sustain
because it thickens up that tone.
So tone thickness, obviously, that is something we are interested in.
It thickens up. It doesn't get leiser.
Quiet.
It doesn't get quite that fast. So you got a really fat tone sounding for a long time, and this is what you usually want
tone
on a
fatness,
guitar like
yes.
this.
Tone fatness is obviously an issue, but tone length, because that would
it's even cool on set neck guitars like these. I do the same thing on these guitars, and it's absolutely amazing.
In terms of what do you mean for the neck?
Yeah,
okay.
That scooped out neck.
Because what I was going to say is, if sustain is a measure of how good a guitar is, that would simply mean
just one.
Yeah, but it would simply mean that every S-type or T-type, every Strat or Tele would just be worse than a Les Paul, which obviously that's not the case.
Why?
Well, because they have less sustain.
Do they? I wouldn't say so.
Really?
No. On a good,
then I have the wrong Strats and Teles.
On a good set, on a good bolt-on neck guitar, you really have sustain. I mean, you can fuck up a lot.
Yeah.
In building those by not planing the neck heels, bad connection, too much tension or stress when screwing in the neck.
Really?
Yeah, sure. Just imagine one thing: you're sanding those necks before you can put some lacquer on them. Yeah. When you're sanding here too long, the neck heel, you round that off. So you got a poor connection.
Yeah.
And when you screw it in and really screw and put a lot of power on in screwing them in, you get tension in the wood or stress. This actually causes dead spots in the worst case. It's because you're if it's like, let's say if the neck heel is round from sanding,
you put
it warps and
you put stress on it. Yes.
You put stress on it. You got inner stress on. And
so how do you know when tight is tight enough?
That's just a matter of feeling.
Experience.
And feeling. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's a German saying which goes like after.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
After tight comes loose.
Yeah.
Or something.
Nachzu kommt ab. Wisst ihr doch, Nachzu kommt ab. You Americans have no idea. Look it up. Okay, very interesting. So let's look at this for a second. I'm gonna throw. Careful, it's worth my car. So this is crazy. What do you call this? A guitar, I know, but
it's my it's relatively new Mescalero model.
It looked huge. That's what she said. I know, but other than that,
I mean, it more or less has a Strat style handling. Yeah.
But it's got a tiny bit of an explorer-y kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Without actually being as huge as an Explorer. But with what pickups are these?
These are actually Häusels he makes exclusively for me.
Everyone loves their Häusel.
That's a kind of a
we have a
1965 Strat replica pickup.
We have a bird's eye maple neck, which is beautiful. And there's nothing shafted on or whatever. This is all one thing. I mean, obviously that you can expect that. I love the lacquer on it. I love the paint finish. It's beautiful, and that's just to die for.
Routings are originally like on your vintage Stratocaster. Nothing fancy. The controls where you
Standard. So
did get used to them.
beautiful guitar. What are we looking at price-wise for this?
3,500.
3,500 bucks for a completely handmade guitar.
Oh, yeah, it really is. It's hand carved. Got these excessive shapings here, all hand carved. Nitrocellulose lacquer. Hand carved neck.
Yeah, you really can't bitch about that price. I mean, you gotta like the look, and I know a lot of you guys are into, first, what does it look like? What's the color? And then what does it sound like? Well, you know, we gotta like everything.
I mean, it's my substitute for any stretch style guitars. Even make these in tele mode, so to say. Then it's called Silverado.
Silver, that's a nice name. Whereas I see another one over there. I'm gonna throw this away. Gonna do happy guitar trading here.
Oh, that's just one of the few Kral guitars I made.
Very fat. That's like Markus Quenzel fat.
Yeah.
Markus does very fat guitars. You can kill people with those. And that's mahogany.
That's Sweetwater Macrofüller, also real mahogany. Or rural mahogany.
And it's a two-piece body because I remember a Facebook post by this guy where he said, you know, one piece is, the wood works and you can get into trouble with that, and there's really no major benefit to a one-piece body other than that you can say it's a one-piece body and charge more money.
There's
Correct?
There's one thing I'd like to stress is I actually try to build the guitars, even if it's in a simple electric guitar, mainly stress-free. And I think it's the best way to get a freely resonating instrument. And that's the whole thing. When I make a one-piece body, I can't see into the wood. You see, when you're using machinery like a table saw or a bandsaw or something, and you cut that wood, you actually see how many stress there's in the wood because of shrinkage. When
and you can feel
drying.
it when you're cutting it.
Yeah, I mean, it sometimes goes like this after the blade, or it opens up, and then the stress goes out.
And obviously you don't feel that when you have a one-piece body because you never cut it.
You never cut it.
Yep.
Yeah. And you'd be surprised on how many guitars the bodies are warped. Just put a straight edge on it.
Yeah, Markus actually posted a few the big G guitars that that were completely off. They were all over the place.
Das ist noch nicht mal aufgetreten. Ja, voll klar. Egal.
What is this? That's
Ivoroid bindings.
but with like lines in it. You can't see this. It's awesome. Trust me. Just trust me. It's awesome.
It's a very old material. It's real celluloid material from the 70s, I think. And you got this, like on ivory, these stripes.
Beautiful. What's the price range for this? With mahogany, probably again more, I would assume.
It's about 6,500 in a version like this. Not a gold top.
I'm not a gold top fan. Not
I'm a gold top guy.
Really? I have to say, I have a Hartung there now. I have a Hartung in my place, an Embrace, and it's a gold top. It's an amazing guitar. I really like it. and the gold top doesn't bug me too much. Usually gold tops for me is like, show me the wood. Come on, show me the wood. That's what Leslie says all the time.
I'm bored by nice woods. Actually,
Really?
I like this. I like the rock and roll attitude. A really fucked up gold top guitar is the greatest thing.
That's what that one is. It's nicely aged and everything feels.
No, I aged them myself.
Yeah. Yeah. So if it's done, but if it's a pristine, brand new gold top, it's too.
No.
too nice.
If
It needs
it's
to be-
too shiny, it has a
It needs to
kind
have
of
the crack.
cheap
If it has the
hue, yeah.
cracks, it's totally fine. One
kind
more
of
que-
patina.
One more question, then I'll let you go. Do you have the problem that a lot of top-level guitar builders have, which is you sell the guitars, that works, you build them all fine, but you never actually see them anywhere because in the price range that you offer these at, only dentists and lawyers can put them over their couches so that their actual guitar player friends say, wow, you got one of those. Because I know Nick Huber, Frank Hartung, they're all struggling with being in a price range where only people that really don't play them have the money to buy them. Then they come out with the Junico or the Krautster guitars under 3,000, which then get so popular that the prices go up again, and then they again have the same problem.
See, not every customer is a rock star. So,
Obviously.
but I think I'm in the cool position to have a lot of customers still performing on stage with these guitars, even if they are that expensive. But I think I got the players. I mean, you know, Ali Neander, for example, he has a couple of my guitars and he's playing them anytime he needs them. And that's cool.
So these are actually being out there.
They are made to be played.
Yes.
That's what I want.
Every one of these people say it, and then Frank said, well, but you know what, if I can get the insane prices for it, which he can get now, I mean, if he's booked for a year and a half, who wouldn't take more money? Then one of the problems is they end up on the wall and not being played, and no guitar builder likes that.
I mean, not everybody can afford a guitar in that price range. That's
Obviously.
natural. I can't help it. I got to make a living. You know?
You do? Really?
Yeah, I really got to
That's
make a
weird.
living, and I can't do nothing else.
You eat? Do you have a dog?
I had one.
You didn't have enough money to feed him, apparently.
It went too expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a 120-pound Alaskan Malamute.
And you guys didn't buy enough Tandler guitars. That's why it had to go.
Yeah, that's why the dog had to go.
Yep. What's wrong with you people? Give the guy a dog. Thank you, Joerg, for hanging out with me and talking
It was a pleasure.
stupid
Thank
stuff
you.
about
Henning.
expensive, beautiful instruments. We're gonna see if we can get another guitar builder here. After this, what's gonna come? Seriously. I really want to play the beauty on some of these amps. Before I go, I have to actually play a Tandler with an amp. I have to. You're not gonna see this because that's gonna be extra, right? If they hear this, we have to charge extra, right?
Charge a mixer? No. Oh, don't do that.
Okay. See you guys later on the flippity flop. Go away now.
Bye.